Have you ever walked into a store for one thing, and walked out with a full bag and an empty wallet, wondering what just happened? You didn't lose control. You got engineered. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact psychological trick stores use to get you spending more, and by the end, you'll never walk into a store the same way again. Stay until the end, because the trick isn't where you think it is. Let's begin. Meet Maria. She goes into a supermarket for one thing, milk. 20 minutes later, she's at the checkout with a candle, a bag of chips she didn't plan to buy, a phone charger, and yes, the milk, buried at the bottom of the cart. She stares at the receipt and thinks, how did this happen? I only needed one thing. She's not careless. She's not weak-willed. She just walked through a space built, item by item, shelf by shelf, to make that happen. Here's the truth, it's not about willpower. It's about decision fatigue. Every choice you make in a store, turn left, compare prices, read a label, uses up a small amount of mental energy. Stores are designed to drain that energy on purpose, so that by the time you reach the checkout, your judgment is running on empty. That's not an accident. That's the trick. It was not laziness. It was architecture. Point 1. The slow path. The action, essentials like milk and bread are placed at the back of the store. Example, to grab milk, you walk past bakery, snacks, and seasonal displays first. Why it works: more aisles equal more exposure equals more temptation. Benefit of knowing this: once you see the layout, you can plan a direct route and skip the detour. Point 2. The right-hand rule. The action, stores route foot traffic counterclockwise, so your right hand, your grabbing hand, faces the shelves. Example, notice how entrances almost always turn you right. Why it works: it's easier to reach and grab, so impulse. Items get picked up without a second thought. Benefit, shop with a list in your dominant hand, it interrupts the automatic reach. Point 3. The checkout ambush. The action, cheap, small, just this once, items sit right where you wait in line. Example, candy, gum, phone chargers, a $3 gadget. Why it works: your defenses are already down from decision fatigue, and the price feels too small to argue with. Benefit, the moment you're in line, ask yourself one question: was this on my list? 4. The anchor price. The action, stores place one expensive item next to a regular one. Example, a $40 candle next to a $12 candle suddenly makes $12 feel like a bargain. Why it works: your brain judges price by comparison, not by actual value. Benefit, ignore the item next to it, ask what you'd pay if it were the only option on the shelf. Point 5. The sensory trigger. The action, smell and music are tuned to slow you down and put you at ease. Example, fresh bread scent pumped near the entrance, warm lighting over produce. Why it works: a relaxed, unhurried shopper spends more freely than a rushed one. Benefit, if a store suddenly feels cozy, treat that as a signal to speed up, not slow down. Notice the pattern: none of these tactics rely on you being foolish. They rely on you being human. That's an important shift. This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about recognizing the system. Maria goes back the next week. Same store. Same list, milk, eggs, bread. This time, she walks straight to what she needs, skips the cozy candle aisle on purpose, and checks her list one more time before the register. She leaves with 3 items and the exact amount she planned to spend. It wasn't magic. It was awareness. Recap: the slow path, the right-hand rule, the checkout ambush, the anchor price, the sensory trigger, patience reminder. You won't catch every trick on your very first trip back. That's normal. Future transformation: the more you notice these 5 patterns, the more shopping becomes something you control, not something that happens to you. Comment prompt: which one of these 5 tricks has caught you before? Tell me in the comments. Platform CTA. If this helped you see your next shopping trip differently, like this video and subscribe for more of the psychology hiding in plain sight.